There's nothing more beautiful than seeing all those books.
Forgive me for pulling you aside again, but, well, there's so much to process right now. The emissary, the hunter, the unity, an entire multiverse. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it all.
Take a deep breath and talk to me.
I don't know where to begin. The fact that we are the origin of the Starborn. Humans literally reborn by entering the Unity. The same, yet different. It's unbelievable. I feel like most of the knowledge we've amassed in the last few centuries about the universe has just been made obsolete.
What kind of knowledge has been rendered obsolete?
Oh goodness. Almost every facet of science. Astrophysics, physiology, evolutionism, grav theory. The list goes on and on. There are areas of study that will need to change, and some basic rules of science that will need to be completely blown up and reinvented.
I wouldn't say it's completely obsolete.
Perhaps I'm overreacting, but you can't deny there will be more than a few textbook chapters that need to be rewritten. We've been pushing further and further outwards from our home, when we should have spent more time being prepared for the consequences. Our current problem relates closely to the nature of humans as a species. This rushed curiosity has led us to enter the Unity and become Starborn.
Isn't curiosity one of the tenets of Constellation?
It certainly is. Without curiosity, our motivation to explore would vanish. But in this case, there's a difference between exploring the cosmos and blindly entering the unknown without being prepared for the consequences.
Human nature is definitely at fault here.
Yes, and look what it's cost us. Here we are, caught in the middle of some sort of needlessly violent crusade between the hunter and the emissary. You'd think that a technologically advanced society would have evolved past petty squabbling over something like the artifacts. It almost makes me wonder if entering the Unity has done them more harm than good.
So you think the artifacts are the primary reason Starborn revealed themselves to us?
Oh, absolutely. Their arrival in our universe is much too timely to be for any other reason. It's also clear that the need to collect these artifacts are an obsession for them, almost bordering on an addiction. That leads me to wonder what the Unity has done to their minds and their souls.
We should learn more about the Starborn before we pass judgment on them.
Yes, I agree, but not at the expense of erasing our own existence. When you pass into whatever lies beyond, we don't know what will become of you. Will you remember your life as you knew it? Will the hunger to collect the artifacts consume your life like it's clearly consumed the Starborn?
You let those questions stop yourself from entering the Unity?
Of course not. I am, and always will be, an explorer at heart. My concern is how fundamental the change will be to ourselves as people. We don't even know if you'll remember anything about this conversation. I'm worried what that will mean between us.
I don't know why you've pushed me this far, but now you're trying to talk me out of the final hurdle. This is surprising coming from someone who lives and breathes exploration.
This goes well beyond the boundaries of simple exploration. As the chair of Constellation, I want all of us to have this opportunity to explore the Unity. It would be the pinnacle exploration of our lives. However, after we enter the Unity, we'll likely evolve. You and I, as we stand here right now, will essentially cease to exist. The truth is, you're my friend, and I don't want to lose you.
If you're really my friend, then you'll have to trust that I'll make the right decision.
You're right. I'm sorry. Listen, I realize nothing that I say is ever going to change your mind or diminish the enticement of this incredible opportunity. All I ask is that you research the facts before you blindly stumble off into the unknown.
Maybe it would make you feel better if we enter the Unity together?
I don't know if I'm ready to make that leap, but knowing we'd be doing it hand in hand would certainly make it more comforting. Well, I suppose I've ruined the moment again, haven't I? I'm getting quite good at that lately. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Just think what we discussed. I know I will. When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
You just did.
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
That's understandable. Not everyone's cut out for the business world.
No, I suppose they aren't. That's why I'm happy you were around to step in and place Ryujin on the right path. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing neuroamp technology.
That technology could have kept Ryujin's employees' jobs secure years to come. Neuroamp technology could provide a non-lethal way to stop your enemy. I'm happy you approved my decision.
Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? The awful things you could force people to do. Oh, it's terribly frightening.
Agreed that the negatives completely outweigh the positives.
Yes, quite. Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind.
No problem.
It's good to see you again. I was wondering if you were going to stop by. Thanks again for getting me back to New Atlantis. The viewport still makes their drinks just the way I remember.
You look a lot better than you did last time we spoke.
I feel a lot better too. Steadier. More like myself. I'm still a little shaky, but I'm doing much better than the last time we met. And my engineering skills are no worse for wear. Have you given any more thought to taking me on as an engineer for your crew?
Are you sure you're up for a trip like this?
I think so. I wanna be. I've felt so useless since I left Mishina, and I can't stand the thought of feeling like this forever. I think my only choice is to start over somewhere new, with a captain like yourself for company.
Sure.
Are you serious? You'll really give me a chance? I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Razor leaf 02, cancel that. Andrea, razor leaf, confirm. Who else? Starship. Okay, current outposts, none, outposts, none. So many of them.
You have my word that you won't regret this. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations, Captain. Really.
You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for?
Yeah, I put a request in this for this time lock.
I doubt that. I check my schedule regularly, and this conversation was not on the budget. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure.
It's just a hallway conversation. We don't need to document everything.
You may have a point. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion.
I might be able to help you with this minor indiscretion.
Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebbside and the Underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me.
What's on these documents?
Pre-assignment intel for one of our operatives. The contents themselves aren't too sensitive, so if you're thinking of betraying me, they aren't worth much as leverage. My sloppiness is simply an embarrassment that I'd like to correct.
Why trust me?
It's not a matter of trust, but one of time. I have little to spare. You do not.
I'll find your slate.
Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself. If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time.
What's your schedule like here?
We're each assigned shifts to assist operators at all hours. Personally, I like to keep my circadian rhythms intact. Early to rise, early to bed, as nature intended.
Alright, thanks.
As you were.
Not interested.
Here's where the magic happens. By magic, I mean creating a
Hey,
roar
Chief,
out of
you got
fish
any creds you can spare?
Yes.
Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know that? I'll do my best to someday pay you back. Street's honor. This isn't a donation, it's an investment.
A Ryujin technician wanted to know if you found any slates.
Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. But that won't happen with this slate. It's like wind resistant.
I can find your old spreadsheet in exchange for the slate.
That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate.
Great. There you go.
If you got any spare creds, I can always take them off your hands.
I found your spreadsheets.
Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway.
Alright, going back.
What is it? Can I help you?
I recovered your slate.
Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief.